Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a little bit of something out of the ordinary from me. Recently I have gotten in touch with the SotIS community and after playing with them for a little while and also working with them for a little while, a lot of them had asked me if I could start doing SotIS shoutcasts. So this will be my first SotIS shoutcast ever, and it promises to be a good one. I did see this game already, but I wasn't able to cast it at the time. Now, if you guys have not played SotIS in the past before, I will try to explain just a little bit of what's going on. Essentially, this is a 5 versus 5 PvP battle using the StarCraft 2 engine. It is similar to Heroes of Newerth, League of Legends, and the original Dota on the Warcraft 3. I have turned on ally colors, so it's a little bit easier. It is going to be red versus blue. And what the players are trying to do is each player controls one hero, and this hero is then trying to protect their either their fleet beacon if you're on the Protoss side, or their Nidus Worm if you're on the Zerg side. So this is Zerg versus Protoss, so to speak. Now, there are multiple heroes. I believe there's over 20 right now, so I can't go over into every single one hero, but each hero does have a number of abilities. You will see that you'll see these abilities come over here. They each of them have 4 abilities, 3 standard abilities, 1 ultimate ability, and then after that ultimate ability, they also have the ability to train up their stats as well. So you can take a look, 3 versus 2 here. They're both trying to get damage on each other. They're both trying to kill each other, and both players are just trying to micro their skills. On top of that, there is also a item shop that I will get into a little bit later, but it's difficult to actually see the items unless there you go. You can see items are located right here, and each of these items do different things to try to make your hero stronger, but I will pretty much be getting into this game as soon as it starts. The game starts essentially at the 3-minute mark, and then you will see creeps start moving out from both sides. So what you're going to see is both sides are going to be spawning units, and they're going to be trying to push towards the other towers. The towers are, in the early portion of the game, very, very strong. They deal a lot of damage. If you take a look at them, 150 damage each. And if you take a look at the life of a hero, a 683, they get taken down rather quickly. But both sides are going to be trying to push against each other. And now we have Micro with Tosh over here on the top lane. Meanwhile, we have Sarah Kerrigan in that middle lane. You can see her throwing her bone boomerang, going back and forth. And then down over here as well, you see Drake and Vespis versus Jackson and Drake. So both sides just trying to get as much damage on each other. Both sides dishing it out here. And what you're trying to do, besides killing the other units, is also trying to kill your opponent's heroes, as well, as that is worth a lot of money. And we may get a first kill there, and there you go. So NR Steve along with NR Gun able to get that first kill, and you can see him get a lot more experience off of that, and also getting some additional gold or additional money to buy items, and now also placing an observer here, so he will be able to keep track of that shop as both sides continue to push back and forth. You can see Drake now trying to come in and dealing damage as well. So both sides just pushing forth, getting a lot of damage on each other. Both sides are really feeling each other out at this stage in the game, trying to micro, trying to stay in the lane as long as possible. If you do not know, the more units that die around you, the more experience you get. So even if you do not get the final hit on your opponent's units, you still get experience. So you can see level 3 here, level 3 here, versus level 2 and level 2. So those are the heroes there. You can see that these little infested marines are trying to take down Micro, but Micro just has too many hit points, and now will be backing off in just a moment, also quaffing a healing potion in order to get some more hit points and not die so quickly. So this is pretty much the beginning portion of this game. As you can see, Kerrigan now, just pushing in, getting in a decent amount of damage. She could throw a bone boomerang, but you also, yeah, there you go, getting some nice damage there onto Vorpal. Vorpal and Kerrigan are both manning the center lane, and normally the center lane is only occupied by one hero. Now at some point in the game, oh, we may get another hero lost over here. No, down to 62 hit points and barely able to survive. Crake now, there's Drake over here trying to get off some more damage. It doesn't look like he will be able to. Both sides are using a mana pot as well, trying to get as much energy back over here. And I believe at some point, these heroes are going to start to try to gank each other and trying to double team or 3 versus 2 in the other lanes. You can see what Vespis now moving back over here. But Vespis and Drake, level 3 and level 2, that's rather low compared to Jackson, that's level 3, and Drake, that's level 3. So a bit of a hero level advantage for the Zerg side of the army. Meanwhile, back over here, just trying to push back as well. Both sides just pushing the lanes. The towers are very much staying alive so far. Oh, but Craig may get taken down. No, that tentacle did not pull him over, and he was not able to draw him closer to try to finish him off. You can see a healing pot is now being used, a vital infusion. It will regenerate hit points rather quickly, but back over here, more action coming in as we had a throw or a slam come in from Steve's Micro. Gravitas trying to just pick up units, and you're going to see how these heroes work much more quickly throughout this battle. Micro and Tosh, both sides just continuing to shoot, and you can see that NR Steve, in order to get any gold or any minerals from your opponent, you have to deal a damaging blow, and we may have a throw here. Yes, a throw in the air, landing him back down, and down goes Unix. Unix has been killed, as now Micro Steve sitting at level 4 as well. You can see also Tak doing a good job of just trying to creep as long as he can. Kerrigan sitting at level 7. Where is Vorpal? No, Vespis is over here. Vorpal is down over here at level 6, so things are not looking good. The score is currently 4-0 in favor of Zerg in total kills at this stage in the game, as Micro still sitting at level 4. Tosh is now sitting at level 5. Meanwhile, in the center over here, it looks like Vespis will be able to come in, get some poison in here, battling out in the center, and this is going to be a bit of a problem as we are going to get that link there, and that link going to cause Craig. Oh, Craig not going to be able to get that final shot. Is he going to be able to get Jackson? Jackson down to 4 hit points. He finally gets taken down, but unfortunately, the tower does finish him off, and it may be a double kill here as Vespis is in a bit of trouble. There's the stun. And there goes Vespis. So we are now sitting at 5-1 in favor of Zerg at this stage, as the Protoss has not been able to get nearly as many kills. You can also see Ant trying to fight back against Tak over here. Kerrigan once again pulling away that Bone Boomerang. Very strong at clearing creeps. Also her Glaive Worm bounce ability, attacking multiple targets. So she's very good at soloing a lane, able to get a lot of damage. Then comes that Bone Boomerang, dealing more damage back to Ant's Vorpal. So Vorpal now pulling away once more. As you can see, Vespis and Jackson. Vespis trying to hold off Jackson and Drake. The second Drake should be coming in. Yeah, trying to go in for a gank along the north side and maybe able to pull him over. Is it going to actually work? I don't think so, as he's now caught on the wrong side of the field. It doesn't look like, he's not going to try to do anything there, as both sides are just resetting once again. So yes, a lot of action in SotIS here, as Steve and Gunn just having very good communication with each other, will be able to get off a lot of kills on each other. As you can see, the infested Terran just trying to fire back, trying to take down the rest of this line here. It is going to be able to push the lane rather easily, but a nice throw coming in from Micro. Is it going to be enough to take down Tosh? Tosh down to 96 hit points. There he goes once again. Meanwhile, back over here, Craig is now trying to run away. It looks like Vespis was just taken down, as Craig may end up killing himself. Oh, turning around, getting a stun off, and able to pull away there, sitting at 110 hit points. Now, we are getting Tak moving back into the center of the field. Vorpal may try to clear out the center. A nice Bone Boomerang. Ant dodging it on the coming back there, as both sides just trying to clear their lanes, trying to get as many minerals as possible in order to buy those very powerful items. And now we are using, I believe that was Martyr. Yeah, Martyr essentially deals damage to the Drake and around the Drake, dealing a lot of damage to the Zealots there. And it looks as though this tower will be falling rather quickly, unless Vespis can get over there, but Vespis is only level 5. Meanwhile, back to the north, we can see it is a 2-on-1 battle, but Micro is just hugging the tower, making sure that he doesn't take too much damage, as now we are going to get Jack or Tosh back. So Tosh is once again joining in on that fight. And the pylon has been taken down. A couple of things to note that I didn't mention earlier. The pylon and the creep tumors help you regenerate energy more quickly. So if you see heroes hugging around that creep tumor or that pylon for the respective side, it is because they want to get more energy. And now in comes, a nice, what is that, fungal toxin there, dealing damage, pulling them back. And what I think that was terrazine gas on top of these units there, as both sides are just exchanging blows back and forth. Back over here, you can see once again Vespis being forced to pull back. We are now at 2-7 So it looks as though Vespis may be in a bit of trouble. He is going to get pulled away, and it may get linked, and there he goes. So nicely done. Two of the abilities of Jackson is the magnetic link. With the magnetic link, essentially, when you cast it, it slows the units around them, I believe, but more importantly, it silences them. They are not able to cast any spells, and if you try to break the magnetic link, you end up being stunned as well. So that it's, you know, damned if you do and damned if you don't. We now see Unix moving out with Tosh as well, trying to push along to the north side, but level 7, level 6, hero level advantage. The only thing that's keeping Stars alive right now with Death and Taxes is the fact that he has so many of those. So many of those infested Marines, as we may get a throw, and this is maybe a problem. Are we going to get a stun here? Yes, we are going to get a stun, but this Steve may be in a bit of trouble, and Steve now down to 52. He is now down, as both sides are exchanging back and forth, and NR Gun dangerously low on hit points. Are we going to get, yes, we are going to get a Toxin, and I believe, yeah, Tosh is down as well, so Stars getting a nice double kill there, evening it up, or getting it closer back to 4 to 8. We are now having Vespis and Drake pushing down over here. They're going to try to take down the Drake and Jackson over here. Meanwhile, we have the center lane heroes trying to heal back up. Level 6 and level 11, along with level 16, are when you can train your ultimate abilities. So we should be seeing them in just a moment. The Lance there missing just a little bit, and it doesn't look like anything's really going to be happening here. So a bit of a reprieve on these sides. The tower's going to finish it off. Is it going to get denied? No, it is not going to get denied. Trying to get the last bit of experience there as much as they can, as Vespis wants to get an even higher level. We can see Tax hitting at level 11. Oh, nice Bone Boomerang, doing a lot of damage. And then Vorpal also just sliding in there, getting a lot of damage with that, what is that ability? Dark Surge. So that Dark Surge ability, I do not know the name of every single ability. I've asked the developers to make me a little bit of a cheat sheet so I can memorize it in my spare time, and then all the abilities there. So we can now see Vespis now pulling away. Jackson off to the north. Jackson will be pulling off as well, as Vespis sitting at level 6 still, and Craig sitting at level 5. And this has been just a really good play by Narzak and X-Free, keeping those heroes out of the lane so that they are not able to gain any experience. A nice heal there. So Unix's ultimate ability is that he can either drain hit points, and we make it a throw. There's the throw coming down, landing, and is Unix in trouble? Yes, he is in trouble, and I believe, yes, he was taken down, and now Micro down to 57 hit points, trying to pull away and using a healing pot just in time to keep him alive, and then also using a venerable inhibitor in order to heal as well. And we may get a throw. No, Death and Tax is able to barely hold off, and now Ant now coming in. Is Ant going to be able to dark surging towards NR Gun, but unable to do anything else there? As we can see, Tack now just trying to farm away, sitting at level 12. Back over here to the bottom lane, Jackson may be able to get off another stun, and this may be a problem, as now I believe that's going to be enough damage. Yes, enough damage there, as the ultimate ability, the Chaos Theory, as it ends, it does deal, I believe, 250 damage. Taking down Vespis in that final battle. Attack continuing to attack. You can see that Glaive Worm dealing additional damage, helping her creep, and Kerrigan getting slowly but surely closer to level 16 and will be able to use her ultimate ability. You can see the creeps, or the infested Terrans, trying to fight back against all of these Hydralisks here. It looks like Stars will be able to hold the lane, as we already now have a tower down here. We are now about 20 minutes into this game, or 18 minutes into this game, and at this stage, as towers start to fall, it is no longer about staying in your lane as long as you can. It starts to become, the game changes into working as a group, as opposed to just working within your lane and trying to get as much, or just trying to shut down your opponent as much as possible. Oh, but Kerrigan now coming in from behind. You can see that with her ability there, getting her ultimate, and now both sides battling it out. It looks like Death and Taxes will get taken down. Ant now coming in and trying to support. It looks as if we may get a toss in here. Are we going to get a blink toss? Yes, a toss now coming back in. Ant now taking even more damage, and this is going to be a problem. Ant now down to, very low on hit points, down to 410, but able to deter Kerrigan and Micro coming back in. Down over here, we can see Craig and also Vespis down here, as we are going to get another very nicely done Drake coming all the way up from the bottom lane in order to deal some damage. And we may get another throw. Yes, another throw, throwing poor Unix all the way back over there, and Stars now in trouble, and down he goes as well. So we are now at 5 to 13 as Mandrake uses Epilogue in order to reset his hit points. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between, I believe this is North America versus Korea. I believe, where is Fighty? Is Fighty even in this game? Okay, I believe Korea is the Zerg team versus North America, which is currently the Protoss team. Yeah, anything StarCraft related, it feels like the Koreans are just a little bit better. Yeah, stay tuned for part 2. I will go ahead and link it, or I'll put a description in the video so that you guys can jump to part 2. The longer the video gets, the higher I have a chance of getting corrupted and the files just continue to bloat. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for part 2.